They just need to finish that off, and here's a prime example, a Cal team that, as you said, they're going to be hungry, looking for an upset, looking for something to build off of, but Carolina comes out of the gates and gets an ace right away.
Yeah, perfect start for the Tar Heels. You want to keep pressure on any opponent that comes to your home court, especially late in the season.
Now, one of the things that Shaw told us after really going through a gauntlet the last month or so of the season is that he wanted to see his team get back to being tough at the service line, something that was a staple for Carolina.
Yeah, if you're going to serve tough, particularly late in the season, it keeps your opponent off balance, makes things easier for your defense, and it's really a good focal point.
Here's Maggie Lee serving for the Bears. Good drop shot there. May just got underneath it. Thorpe to the back line. And a dig, not going to be able to come up with it. Carolina will get the kill. Chelsea Thorpe in her first season with Carolina, the transfer from Ohio State. She has gotten more and more reps as the season's gone on. Has been a big pickup.
She's been huge for them this year.
Avery Schaffmaster into the net. She's the best server on this team, but also can have the most service errors when you're going as hard as she does with those swings.
Yeah, she's got a good margin for error, though, because on the whole, she scores more and gets the opponent out of system more than she has errors.
She's moved herself into the top 5 all-time in aces for Carolina in school history. Nice rally as Hampton bumps it over. Opportunity for the Bears. Can they take their first lead off of Barrett and out of bounds?
Boy, and that's something that the Golden Bears really want to focus on tonight. When they play good defense, it allows that transition offense to take shape and extends rallies, which has got to be a factor tonight against the Tar Heels.
On the season, Cal 12-6 overall, just 4-12 in the conference. And when we talked with Jen Malcolm, she said, look, at the beginning of the year, didn't really know what we were going to get into. First season in the ACC.
Yep. Things
are a little tougher than we expected, but we still wanted at minimum 8 ACC wins. We can still get that, she told us. There's 4 more games left.
Love that demeanor, that attitude from the head coach saying, let's go get it, guys. Come on, why not us?
Just a little bit off on the timing there, set near side. We'll give Carolina the point and a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, rare miscue there. You want to have good setter hitter connections, especially late in the season.
Down the middle, they're going to get a kill from Hayden, the junior. And that's a spot that they haven't gotten a lot of production throughout the season.
Yeah, and it's a great way to provide offensive balance as you see Hayden get her second kill of the match. If they can have scoring opportunities out of the middle, just opens things up for the Pins.
Serve goes to Hampton, set near side for Thorpe. That one into the pin, and it's back-to-back points for Cal.
Yeah, and Cal, just to revisit Hayden rather for a second, she scored the last 2 swings against double blocks. So Carolina's recognizing what they're trying to do here early, but Hayden's just been a little bit better so far.
Carolina tries the same thing. This time the block is there for Cal, and it falls in for another point.
Yeah, I love the decision. Let's go back to Thorpe, try to get her in a good rhythm here early. That second swing just a little bit low. Looks like it caught a lot of tape. Tar Heels just unable to react to dig it out of the net. Cal Bears getting a little momentum here in set 1.
So far, it's been Thorpe and Hampton, the 2 pins, and they go back to Hampton. She's able to get her second kill.
And a great assertive swing from Sophie Hampton. That's what you want to look for when you get out of those ruts. If you're not particularly clicking and playing well in spots, who can score and get you back on the right track?
On the season, 238 kills for Hampton, second on the team behind Schaffmaster, who's got 314. Cal trying to run the slide. There's Hampton on a block.
She is just such a tremendous athlete. You talk about the length, the quickness, the explosion. Look at the step close, the high reach. She is penetrating the net. There's nowhere to go on the slide.
Just the 30th block that she's been involved in this year for Carolina, but it ties this one back up. Cal looked like they were trying to run the slide again for Hayden. Get a swing near side. Carolina will have an opportunity. Hampton.
Wow.
There's the freshman Taylor jump ball, but Cal will win it.
Boy, just a little bit off on that jump from Taylor, but Cal's in a little bit of a tough spot when they're running the 5-1. You're in a 2-hitter rotation right now, and so if you don't get a great pass, you're a little bit limited, trying to throw it back to Hayden, but Safi was right there again.
Junior Desjardins off the mark with the serve. Give it back to Carolina. Each team with a service error so far here in the first set. Hampton, just a sophomore. She's got a bright future for Carolina. Big swing and a much-needed kill. Cal gets the serve back and the lead as well.
And if you're in those 2-hitter rotations, one thing you can do on a perfect pass is run a great tempo set to your outside hitter, your gun in Lee. That tempo made it extremely difficult for the middle Taylor for UNC to go close the block, leaving that seam.
Wow, what a rocket swing for Carolina.
Boy, we talked about her in the open, Kyle. She is the great equalizer. If you're kind of teetering back and forth with momentum, set number 9 a few times, and you can get it back on your side pretty quickly.
The thing that's most impressive about this season, her final season, is the efficiency that has come along with that power that's always been there for her. Bump set. Foster near side of the swing. That's going to be a dig for Johnson. Hampton keeps that one alive. Free ball, though, for the Bears.
Coach Malcolm wanted a double call there on Schaffmaster.
That one drops in. Nice touch from Thompson, the sophomore out of Kansas.
And what happens in those moments, Kyle, if the players all feel like there was a questionable non-call during a rally, sometimes you slow down a little bit and you're kind of hesitant. I think that's what happened there. Good serve.
Right down the middle. Back-to-back points for Thompson. And came in with 114 on the season. That was good for third most.
Yeah, and the first time we've seen an aggressive serve to kind of that front third. We'll see if they go back to it again.
Some early fight from the Bears here. 2-point lead on the Tar Heels. Engelbrecht blocked at the net. They'll go to Foster on the pin, and she'll get the kill.
Just so many weapons for North Carolina. If one gets denied and the rally continues, we can go from the middle to the pin. We can just keep going outside, right side, keep the block guessing.
How do you battle that as an opponent? Is it keeping them out of system, or is it come down to net play?
It's a little bit of both in that recipe. Obviously, if you get them out of system, that makes them a little more predictable. Usually takes the middles off the table or out of the equation. But you know, the other part is being an aware blocker and understanding if you're in left front and you're against Amani Foster right now, what's her go-to shot, kind of reading the angles and getting in front of her.
Lee with the kill for Cal, now serves. Leads the team with 382 kills on the season, just a sophomore. That one was touched the net by Carolina. Another Cal point. They've got their biggest lead of this set.
Well, so far, I love the swag that the Cal Golden Bears are playing with right now. They've come in to play spoiler, and you can see that in their communication, the pep in their step. They're really coming at North Carolina right now. We'll see if they can sustain that throughout the match.
Good serve from Lee. Carolina's just going to have to get this over. Can the Cal Bears extend the lead? Barrett kept it alive. Another point in the middle for Thompson.
Now, the last 3 points, North Carolina just seems a little bit flat-footed, and
timeout.
Just like they worked it up in practice, draw it up in the scouting report. Now, you know, a few of those kills have been overpasses that have been the result of aggressive serving and aggressive net play. But if they can sustain this hitting percentage, even be in that ballpark, it's going to bode well the rest of the match for sure.
Out of the timeout, the serve from Lee goes to Schaffmaster. Is that touched at the net? Carolina thought so. The referee on the chair says no, it's a point for the Cal Golden Bears, and immediately Mike Shaw picks up that green challenge card.
Yeah, and the body language from Schaffmaster, as soon as she came down, she thought immediately that there was a touch. She looked to the bench and was a little disappointed she didn't get the call. So she feels pretty strongly that it went off of Cal's block. We'll see on the replay if we can get a good look at it. But, you know, players really know, you know, they're on the court. Schaffmaster's hit so many balls. She knows if it hit the block. Looks like maybe grazed the right hand.
Desjardins, 55 there.
Desjardins. little bit tough with that angle. Okay, you don't really see the finger obviously go back.
If she hits it so hard, you're not going to see much rotation change.
Correct.
On that ball.
Up with here.
Call's going to stand. Point is for Cal.
Yeah, that's just a tough situation because, was there a touch? Maybe. In Schaffmaster's mind, 100%, and she can see those minute little micro touches as a player. Just didn't get the call.
5-point lead for Cal. Looking for just their 5th ACC win this season.
If you're Cal, I would stack my block against Schaffmaster, expecting them to go right back to her.
Serve again goes to Schaffmaster. Tar Heels go to Thorpe. Top of the screen, and another attack error. That's the 5th against Carolina already.
Yeah, it seems like they're just playing a little bit impatient. I don't think they expected Cal to come out as strong as they have been, and you're not going to make up 5 points in one swing. So the best thing for North Carolina right now is just settle in, get some quality swings, and work yourself back into the score.
5-0 scoring run for Cal. Schaffmaster puts an end to that one with her second kill.
And just a great shot. You see her facing the line on her angle of approach. Look at her hips. Everyone thinks, even Desjardins thought she was going to go line with her reach outside, and that left the seam wide open.
She'll go back to serve. Carolina could use a run from her at the service line. Jump ball at the net. Hampton, the only one who goes up for it, but couldn't get the kill. Opportunity for Carolina. Quick pass across. Hampton did all she could just to keep this one alive. Team's a little bit out of system here. Down the middle, it'll be a kill for the Cal Bears.
And I wonder during that rally when Cal would go back to the middle, because they've had so much success swinging out of the middle in transition. They had a couple of opportunities, and they finished it right there. That then is an adjustment that North Carolina needs to make against those middles.
Thompson with 4 kills on 5 swings for Cal, who nearly got an ace. Somehow Hampton turns it into a point, though.
Wow. The angles that she can hit are so impressive. You talk about just the length and the height. Look at how high she elevates to go get this ball, and it creates angles that most hitters can't hit.
Credit the hustle there from the setter, Barrett, to get to it, to keep it alive.
Yeah.
May at the service line for the Tar Heels. Cal able to make sure they get in system, clean passing, and a quick point for Merton.
Substitution for California entering the match number 2.
Great balance from Cal so far in the match. Lee came in as the highlighted premier player, but they're running everything balanced through multiple attackers right now.
5 different attackers with a kill for Cal. Add another one. Not an attacker, but let the setter Lau go ahead and get in on the action.
And I love seeing that in teams that run the fight. We'll see if they can sustain it, of course, but this is an opportunity for North Carolina to reset mentally and understand that, yes, we know what's coming up on Sunday. We got to take care of business tonight. This is job number 1.
Still just 2 attack errors against the Golden Bears here in this set. They continue to serve it at Schaffmaster. Big swing, but a dig for Bartolo. Taylor can't get the kill down the middle. 3rd opportunity, big set. Somehow it falls in for a kill from Hampton. Cal had all the time in the world to set the blockers up on that.
Well, and I love the disguise, because what Sophie Hampton has done since the beginning of the match is she swung away, and she has scored with pace. That was the first time we saw an off-speed shot from her, and where was the Golden Bear defense back on their heels?
Leads the way with those 4 kills. There's an ace for Carolina.
Yeah, not a typical miss you see from Bartolo, the libero, for the Golden Bears. Getting caught a little high with her hips, didn't quite move her feet quick enough. Great serve.
Isert, the grad transfer out of Middle Tennessee. Carolina runs that 6-2. It's Barrett and Isert that run the system for Carolina. That one clips the tape. It'll be another Carolina point. 3 in a row for the Heels.
Boy, Desjardins wants a challenge for that. She felt that ball was clearly out. Immediately looking to the bench, Coach Malcolm saying, we need to challenge that. It was right in front of her. Now, To be fair, her body probably blocked the view of the...
But still some work to be done. I said, do you talk about it? And he said, you know, yeah, we have to. It's kind of, you can't ignore that kind of thing. And he actually had one of his freshmen say, where do you think we're going to play if we get into the tournament? And he said, God, I don't know. Let's play with Cal first. Let's just deal with this one. Call stands, so 2 challenges. Neither of them have had any effect on what the call was. Carolina keeps their run alive. 3 in a row for the Heels. May with a dig and a nice job at the net. Hayden will get the kill.
And early going here, a focus for the Tar Heels needs to be cleaning up their ball control a little bit. We've seen 4 over digs or over passes that have resulted in straight kills for the Golden Bears. So that's something that UNC has to clean up.
Foster, top of the screen.
Kill by Imani Foster. Point, Tar.
Foster is a player that's in her 2nd season with Carolina, transferred from Charlotte last year and had a bigger role with the team last season. But with the success that this team has had, a veteran player like her enjoying those moments where she can impact, and actually in ACC play is the 2nd most efficient target. Near side after getting a kill at the top of the screen. Blocker's got a piece of it, and a big swing from Lee.
And again, a lower tempo in transition, perfect dig, allowing you to run that quicker ball to your money hitter on the outside. The balance has been excellent for Cal, and I think that's allowed Lee to shine in those moments.
Cal with 4 different players with at least 3 kills, all of them hitting over 400 as Lee picks up her 4th. And that's just too easy.
Yeah, and yet another overpass kill for Cal. That's 5 now.
Good answer from the Golden Bears after Carolina went on a 3-0 run. There's an ace and a 3-0 run themselves.
Point Bears.
Yeah, and
7-point lead now.
just a really smart heads-up target here, Bartalo. And you think about serving zones and serving targets, who are you going to go after? Let's go after somebody who's got the least experience.
Taylor goes after that one, but hits it wide.
And I think what you're seeing now, Kyle, is Carolina's not used to being in this spot in a match they feel like they should have the leg up. And you're seeing some aggressive, but a little bit over swinging at times, and that's just causing a few unforced errors. And then you go back to the equalizer, it's Schaffmaster.
Schaffmaster picks up her 3rd kill. Big hill to climb, though, here in Chapel Hill for the Tar Heels. Pun intended there. They really got themselves in a deep hole here in this first set.
The good news for the Tar Heels is they're in control of a lot of this. If they can focus on their ball control, make that a little bit better, not overswing quite as much in those situations, but attack the court, I think they're right back in this thing.
Big dig off the bench. That's Marissa Meyerhofer. Can Carolina turn it into a point? No. Yes, they are. They're going to give it to Carolina.
Wow.
Both teams thought they had it, weren't sure who was going to get it. The chair judge and the line judge looking at each other.
Yeah, this is an interesting call because it was a joust, right? Both the front row players went up and touched the ball at about the same time. So this is more of a judgment call. You look at the setter, Lau, and boy, Engelbrecht, they're both right there. I couldn't tell on that replay if it was obvious who touched the ball last. Usually if the setter is going up to throw the ball off the block, the blocker would be second. If
you're Jen Malcolm in this situation, do you waste a challenge being up 6 this late in the set?
I would not. I would not.
She's not going to elect to use it. Carolina gets the point in the serve. And a heads-up play at the net, but a violation as she got into the net. Lau was able to steal a point earlier, couldn't get that one.
Yeah, and I would consider a timeout right here. It looks like Coach Malcolm is not, but those are 2 plays that you had opportunities that got away from you, and now Carolina has a lot of momentum.
2 blockers set up in front of Lee. Carolina with a chance. They go to Hampton. Excuse me, that's Foster. She'll get the kill.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the timeout here from Coach Malcolm. You know, maybe 1 point a little late for my liking, but Nonetheless, the momentum is starting to shift squarely back to UNC. And what you don't want to have in the situation, Kyle, is you've led all set. You've been above a 400 hitting percentage for most of the set. And if Carolina would come back and to win this set, I think it'd be such a knock toward just the confidence, energy, swagger that you could bring into set two. Even into the regular season. You mentioned it earlier, the ACC conference does not have its own postseason tournament, so it's about regular season play right up until tournament selection.
3 in a row for Carolina, 4 in a row for Carolina, has them within 4. Cal goes to Lee, and she is going to tool that off the blockers.
Well, I'm really impressed with that swing from Lee because that was definitely an out-of-system play. Carolina's block knew she was getting the ball. It was still set a little bit low, that low tempo she likes. And just to find that little bit of a seam to tool, heads up play, good execution.
Her 5th kill, she's hitting .556 in this first set. That gives the Golden Bears set point. They continue to serve at Shaftmaster. Huge swing for Foster.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Mabry Shaftmaster, she wants the ball in the clutch when it matters most, and she just hones in. She's locked in mentally, and her focus in those moments. I'm not sure I would serve at her, especially if I'm trying to win set 1.
For Foster, her 4th kill here in this set as Barrett checks back in and serves. Set off the mark, Lee just pops it over. Here's Thorpe. Overpass on the dig. May gets to it. This time it's Shaftmaster. She'll get the point to keep Carolina alive.
Now, Cal needs to be a little careful here because the longer the rally goes, it favors North Carolina. They have been much more assertive the last 5 to 6 points, keeping Cal out of system.
Barrett with a good serve. Cal goes back to Lee. Tar Heels back to Shaftmaster. Back-to-back kills for Mabry. She's got 5 in the match now.
Yeah, I think another timeout right now would be wise.
Jen Malcolm heard you.
Yeah, and we're just seeing all the different shots. And what I love seeing about Shaftmaster is, and sometimes you get into a predictable, rhythm, if you will, or rut, you could call it, where if you've got a point scorer like a Shaftmaster, like a Lee, and you have a set point, you just want to dish it to that person to be done, right? Let's just get it to that person, she'll score. But I think for Cal Bears, if we can run a little middle here, it might be the best.
Good serve from Barrett. Carolina got them out of system, but Lee with a great swing puts this one away. And the Cal Golden Bears come into Chapel Hill and shock the top. Has come in here, been competitive, and took the first set from Carolina. See if the Tar Heels can make some adjustments here as we get the second set underway. A little miscommunication from Cal gives the Tar Heels the first point.
Yeah, in this league, Kyle, you have to be ready night in and night out. There are really no easy matches. All of these programs have good support. They've got good funding, and they can really recruit well, respectively. So, and we've seen in the league already, you're a player or two, maybe a coaching change or two, from really flipping from where you've been and starting something new and being much stronger.
That's the other thing, is that some of the teams that are towards the bottom of the conference have coaches that have been in positions for 3 or 4 years, and they're starting to get that program turned around and headed to where they want. As Shaftmaster starts to turn things around on the service line, and Carolina going to be really happy with that. Back-to-back aces for her give Carolina now 4 in the match. That one into the net, though.
Yeah, but Carolina checked a huge box coming out of the break. Coming out with a lead, coming out with a little more swagger, finding their rhythm was super important. Did not want to go down early in set 2 to Cal. So off to a good start here for the Tar Heels.
Lee, who had 6 kills in that first set to help Cal get the win, serves here. Jordan with the swing, 2 blockers there. There's Engelbrecht and Thorpe. Swing for Hampton. Good job getting a piece of that one, keeping it alive. Bartolo the libero. Nice rally early in this set. Thorpe will end it.
And we have to mention the play that Sophie Hampton made defensively right there. The Jardine was trying to tip the ball to the back row setter to get Carolina out of system. Sophie Hampton saw that in left front. She came over, make a crash move defensively, and allowed Carolina to get a quality setter-hitter connection.
for Thorpe, that had to have felt good to get that early kill after having a first set where she had a couple of kills, but she had 3 attack errors. And this is a player who hasn't had a lot of struggles. She's been pretty efficient for Carolina in the system this year.
Yeah, not used to being in that kind of a spot, but great to see her battle back.
Cal goes back to the middles. Blocker's got a piece of it. Tar Heels able to get it over, but Barron went to the wrong side. Didn't make contact with the net, but you can't crawl under it either, though.
Yeah,
Point goes to the Golden Bears.
Yeah, heads up play by the official, a recognition there. Barron just couldn't stop her momentum. But Cal going back to the middle, which was their bread and butter, to get that lead in set 1.
So put the tape, Hampton handled it well, and Taylor gets her first kill. First time we've seen one of the middles for Carolina get involved.
Well, and her first swing in set 1 was an overswing out of bounds. She missed that by a few feet, and so to dial it back in, attack the court. You're really seeing all the attackers for Carolina, Kyle, just in a much better rhythm in set 2.
Isert with 6 assists in the first set serves this one for Carolina. Timing off on that one. They were trying to get it to Hayden, so sticking with the middles, just couldn't make the connection. And listen, their setter has played fantastic all year long, and it's nothing to take away from Lau. But that's one of the positions that Cal has had injuries, and we'll get into their injury history this season when we come back. An early Cal timeout.
Have as many options as you normally would, and you have to alter practice a little bit because you don't have a full complement of players to just scrimmage. So you have to be creative when you're battling this many injuries.
Server attack error going to give the point to Carolina, and some errors that Cal are making here in this set we didn't see in the first one. Lee handles that serve well. The set off the mark, though, and another point for Carolina. Listen, Tar Heels have 9 points. They've only had 3 kills, though.
Yeah, most of their points have come off Cal's errors, and you wonder if you're seeing just an emotional energy dump from set 1 to set 2, because if you're not used to playing volleyball at that high of a level, hitting over 400, you know, it's tough to sustain, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that from Cal.
Lee literally read that one until the last second, falling with it. It'll go out of bounds.
Little tumble drill.
It's tough to read those balls that don't have rotation. Is it going to drop? Do I stay with it?
Yep.
There's sophomore Johnson serving for Cal. They need to go on a run. As Carolina comes near side, Amani Foster having herself a good evening. 5 kills on 7 swings.
Yeah, and to use an intended pun, I think Cal poked the bear for Carolina, and now Carolina's awake. Now they're zoned in, they're locked in, they understand they need to take care of business. And so for Cal, they've kind of aired themselves out here in the early going of set 2. Can they get back to just a clean mode of play just to keep Carolina, you know, on edge and make them have to play back? For Carolina, it's keep your rhythm, take care of all the opportunities you're getting.
Jordan back in for Cal, and overpass on the serve, and Cal takes advantage of it at the net.
That was part of their success in set 1. Aggressive serving led to 5 or 6 overpass kill opportunities. Going at Shaftmaster again. That time her hips got a little bit too far away from her.
Handles that one much better. Big dig.
Boy, Lee just missed, and I love the counter swing. If you can dig Shaftmaster and you can live another day in that rally and convert an aggressive swing back, I think that's a huge momentum play. Lee just missing wide.
Here's the freshman Jackie Taylor serving for Carolina. Been able to get to it. It'll get into the stands, though.
And we're seeing that recipe take shape again. Lee has really earned her kills tonight off of that quick set to the outside. It makes her one-on-one. Unless you commit block, it's going to be really tough to stop.
Bartolo with the serve. Carolina handles it well. Foster with a nice soft touch. Bartolo with the dig. And a kill for Lee.
Heads up by Bartolo, and that's a page that Cal needs to ride. Last weekend when they played at Virginia, or hosted Virginia, that match went 4 sets. They lost that match, but they outdug them and set a record for 4-set digs this year in the ACC. If they can dig a lot of balls in this set, that can help them get back in it, like that right there.
Some really good defense here from Cal. Getting them back into set 2. Schaffmaster with the swing.
Oh my, an absolute rocket from Schaffmaster, and I can't really blame Bartolo. She kind of tried to get out of the way, or maybe she wasn't sure if that was going to go out or not. It kind of had a, you know, not a lot of top spin. It kind of came right at you like a missile. Boy, she's getting a front row seat of the pace that number 9 can bring.
Schaffmaster with 6 kills on 10 swings. Very efficient night. Who else can help to chip in offensively for Carolina as Cal continues to play some good defense?
Well, and that was just a great shot by Lee. That time Engelbrecht, the middle for Carolina, she committed to Lee, and she was formed a solid double block, and Lee still used it to score. So great shot against an opponent block right there by Lee.
Continuing to change up who they serve to as Schaffmaster hammers it home.
And probably the best news for Cal right now is that Schaffmaster's going to the back row. You have to contend with her serve, but just look at the angle and the pace. The shoulder load is so fast.
She goes back to serve, had a couple aces early in this set to give Carolina the lead. Thorpe gets a kill.
Cal has had no answer for the low tempo or the quick tempo back set to the right sides of Carolina. Every time we've seen that tempo, it has been one-on-one and scored at will.
Tar Heels hitting almost 600 in this set. Hampton got a piece of that one. Cal tried to go with the slide. Back to Hampton.
Wow.
Safi with the kill. She's got 5.
Yeah, the setter for Cal, Lau, she had a good idea running forward, trying to reverse the flow and get the slide connection. Just not great location. They couldn't get a quality swing.
3-0 Carolina lead, Carolina run as Schaffmaster sends that one long.
This is a key moment in the set and in my mind, Kyle, in the match for Cal. They want to try to chip away at this lead and make it competitive going into the 20s. If they can do that, it sets things up nicely for the rest of the match. What they don't want is for Carolina to just cruise to a 25-15, 25-18 win.
Right down the middle for Engelbrecht. And after the middles had no kills at all in the first set for Carolina.
A little bit of a disadvantage for Stanford and Cal just because of them being the outliers on the West Coast. But you know, I'm sure the coaches will put their heads together and maybe come up with some polish, and we might see a few changes.
Carson Overbeck checked in for Carolina. Sixth service error against the Heels. Hampton, 2 blockers in front of her, still got it through. Opportunity for the Golden Bears. Good job from Desjardins. Down on the ground, got back up, got the swing off, and a point on a net violation will go to Cal.
Yep, illegal back row attack. That time, Barrett contacted the ball above the level of the net. The ball broke the plane. So what the officials are saying is that she touched the ball above the level of the net, it broke the plane, and then it went to the blockers. And if that happens, then that is an illegal back row attack. Right there, if that ball broke the plane and then a blocker right there is the very next player to touch it, that's an illegal back row attack. I think what Coach Shaw might be asking is whether the ball broke the plane of the net. That's the key in that scenario.
Cal back within 5 as Carolina stays in system and gets a kill.
Yeah, and you know, Carolina's not setting the middles that much. We just had a swing kill from Engelbrecht a while ago, but what's really the bread and butter for the Tar Heels is their outside. So if Cal wants to chip back away at this lead, I think they need to defend the outsides really well to extend rallies.
Carolina with 0 attack errors in this set. That is their 4th service ace as well. 2 good things.
And a rare miss by Lee. Normally she's locked in. You see the hop step, just late getting her platform behind the ball.
Serve goes short with this serve. Jardin has to back up, and that one will be off its mark. Just got behind the ball, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like Desjardins didn't get a great transition out of serve receive. Kind of went shallow with her attack route, and that made her get under the ball, like you said, Kyle.
8-point Tar Heel lead here in the second set. Cal took the first one, 25-22, although it wasn't as close as that score makes it seem. They were in control for that entire set. Carolina just made a nice push there at the end.
And Coach Malcolm has to be disappointed right now in just the miscues and the unforced hitting errors that have mounted here in set 2 for Cal.
Run the slide down the middle. Hayden will get the kill. Nope, they're going to reverse it and give it to Carolina.
It looks like the...
No, I think it was the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah, they're giving it to the Bears.
The R1, the up official, overruling the line judge there, giving the point to Cal.
Tar Heels come back to the near side. Didn't look like Foster got all of it, but she got enough of it to get the kill.
Well, you know, in the first set early, we mentioned that North Carolina looked like they were kind of on their heels. They weren't playing with a ton of energy. And now we're seeing that from Cal. We're seeing just not as crisp of moves to the ball. They're just a little bit slow. Credit North Carolina for applying the pressure to create that.
Cal really got lucky there that they kept that one alive. Taylor says it doesn't matter, though. See Hayden coming across, that ball almost right into her hand.
Boy, great service pressure, getting him out of system, just kind of a bang-bang play, and then you have to, what we say, take out the trash, take care of those opportunities, and score.
Carolina with their biggest lead of this set. It's at 10, make it 11 as that one goes wide. 6th attack error against Cal. They've got just 5 kills in the set.
Yeah, and hitting negative now in this set after hitting over 350 in set 1. Quite a turn here for Cal's offense.
Bollinger with the serve for Carolina. Cross court set, the blockers are there, but it'll go out of bounds.
Point there.
Good adjustment, because now if you are in a 2-hitter rotation, if you can bring that outside hitter in, it gives her more room to tool the block to the outside. She can hit back down the line.
Kill was for Ashley Lee, the sophomore out of Shanghai, China, her first of the match. Carolina goes to Schaffmaster.
Wow.
Great touch from Maggie Lee as she gets her 10th kill now.
Yeah, really good recognition that Schaffmaster has not been playing off-blocker defense as far in as Hampton has, and you leave that donut a little bit susceptible.
Cal looking for some momentum towards the end of this second set. Lee down the middle with another one.
In the last 2 rallies, Kyle, what we've seen is Cal playing better defense. They're digging balls, getting opportunities for their transition offense, and that's one way they can chip back at this lead.
3-0 Golden Bears run. Taylor.
Wow.
Timing was perfect for the Carolina freshman. Picks up her 3rd kill of the set, and the Tar Heels have set point.
Can we talk about that set from Isert for just a second? That ball was traveling fast, tight to the net. She contorts her body and sets Taylor a beautiful 1-ball. You got to give the setter extra points for that one.
Lee blocked at the net, but it'll fall in for a Cal point, though.
A little hesitation on her swing allowed her to tool the block there, because if you can wait half a second after you load your shoulder to unload it, the block is on the way down, and great recognition there by number 3.
Does it almost force the ball to come down with the block?
Correct.
Schaffmaster blocked at the net by the Bears. Just their 2nd block of the match.
Love seeing a little pushback here from the Golden Bears.
Carolina had a lead as big as 11. For Schaffmaster over the blockers to the X, kept alive though. Here's Lee off the blockers. Lee with 13 in the match on 21 swings. She's hitting over 500 for this match.
She has come as advertised, and if I'm Mabry Schaffmaster, I'm not sure I would tip over the block with a front row setter, because you have a defender in right back, not the setter.
Long serve will give the set to Carolina. Cal makes a nice run to at least get a little moment as long as they possibly can. Here's set 3, really important one as Barrett gets us underway. Right to Lee out of that, and Barrett read it well, but the blocker's got just enough of it that it goes over her head. And this is the first time that Cal has gotten the first point in the set.
What a good start for Cal. Lee back at the service line. Who is she going to target? She's going to go out Shaftmaster again. That was her main target in the first 2 sets.
Go after Mabry, handles it well. Carolina rewards her with a set. Coming from the back line, though, is Bartolo. Can't get it over.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd time we've just seen some miscommunication, not a great connection with Lau and her hitters, and just a terrible time for that to happen. You're up 1-0, you've got a little momentum, you get an off-speed shot, you're in system, and you just couldn't quite execute. I think that's a momentum play for Carolina.
Is that one just communication, not talking? That ball falls in?
Yeah, it looked like to me in live time that the middle didn't expect to get set. She kind of stopped her route, assuming that Lau was going to set the outside, and then Lau had a conversation right after that play ended saying, hey, always be ready. I might get you the ball anytime. It's kind of like the wide receiver that stops running their route because they think the quarterback's under pressure, you know, and quarterback, hey, I can get out of that. I can still get you the ball. Keep playing. Keep running your route.
Here's Maddie May, the libero for Carolina. 8 digs for her. Leads the way for both teams so far in this match. Taylor has really gotten involved here in the last couple sets.
Yeah, and are we going to see these teams kind of teeter-totter when they're both playing well, both extending rallies? Great shot, that kind of paintbrush throw will score often in the middle.
107 kills coming into this one for the freshman Taylor, a little over 1 per set, as the Tar Heels pick up their 7th ace of the match. But one thing that Mike Shaw can check off is he said he wanted to see his team get back to being aggressive and really dominate at the service line. They've done that.
They definitely have. We've seen really good service pressure pretty much throughout the match.
Hayden with a big swing down the middle. Barrett kept it alive. Carolina turns it into a point.
And a great dig by Barrett. The first time that they've dug one of the middles from Cal, and they transition score.
Fourth dig for Barrett. 4-0 Carolina run.
Great serve.
Jordan near side, 2 blockers there. Small court for the Golden Bears. An opportunity for Carolina. Thorpe will get the kill. Couldn't keep her feet, but she'll be helped back up by her teammates, though.
All smiles when you get a kill before that move, but Cal just needs to work a little bit better in transition. Their outside hitters are getting much depth, and so if the set's off the net out of system, they can't really get a full approach into the ball.
Down the middle for Hayden. Carolina blockers were ready for it, though.
Yeah, and now if you're Cal, what happens? Because Carolina is starting to take away something that was working. They're honing in on the middles on a good pass.
During the break, 7 aces. We already mentioned that. We've seen that stat. But it's the ones that you don't see account for that get Cal out of system, where Carolina, like that, gets a free ball.
Yeah, and again, we saw a pin hitter from Cal, this time Merton, not get very much depth on her approach, and so she had to stop and kind of send the ball over free ball style. So I think a coaching point for Cal needs to be, let's really back up, let's create a bigger window so that if we get a set that's 6-8 feet off the net, we can still go attack it. But to touch on your point, Kyle, you're exactly right. The service pressure for Carolina has dictated play here for all of set 2 and here in set 3.
Back-to-back points for Cal out of the timeout, though. They're back within 3 as DeJarden gets her 3rd.
When they get quality swings, we see what's possible.
There's the sophomore Sophia Johnson out of Minnesota. Tar Heels go to a sophomore of their own, Hampton. Kill number 7. It ties her with Shaftmaster for a team high. And how about the balance for Carolina? Thornton, Foster, Hampton, Shaftmaster. 6, 6, 7, and 7 in the kill column.
Yeah, that's great balance, especially because they're all hitting with good efficiency. They're all hitting over 300. So if you've got that three-headed monster, so to speak, it just keeps the defense off balance.
What a good serve from Carolina and a heads-up play. Lau has done that 3 times now, and she's gotten a point twice.
Yeah, I think the blockers for Carolina just need to be aware of her when she's tight to the net. She's not going to dump if she's 3-4 feet off the net. It's those tight to the net passes when she becomes a threat.
Good serve for Cal. They've got an overpass and an opportunity. But the block there, Amani Foster.
And what a block by Amani Foster, because that set was on time and that setting rhythm was excellent. So to reach and read like Foster did there on the block, great execution denying that swing.
We only had 3 blocks between the 2 teams in the first 2 sets. We've got 3 in this one as Carolina continues to dominate that service line. Are the blockers getting more involved because you're starting to see the game plan, see the tendency for the opponent?
That definitely plays into it. The longer the match goes, the more that you get in a rhythm as a blocker, and you can kind of key a little bit better on the timing of when to jump, timing when to press.
Ace followed by an error for Hampton. Carolina even in that category. And got to imagine that you're Mike Shaw and his staff. You're okay with that?
Yeah, stay assertive, stay aggressive.
Set a little behind Foster. Lee tried to finesse that one and just didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, those are the opportunities that you just can't afford an unforced error. If you can dig a ball from Carolina and get it in system, and you have opportunities in transition, you need a quality swing or at least take them out of system.
Is that one of those moments as a coach you're marking down so you can go and tell a player exactly that in the study room, in the film room?
That's exactly right. It's taking care of opportunities. And you know, Amani didn't really get a lot on that off-speed swing. It wound up kind of being a half chop shot, which in a lot of gyms would be considered a free ball, right? That should be a ball you convert. And so to have an unforced hitting error on the backside of that play can be a momentum killer.
Schaffmaster picks up her 8th kill, pushes the lead to 6. Tar Heels have the Golden Bears doubled up. Hampton got a hand on it, and it falls in. 15 kills for Lee now.
That's when she's at her best. I think if you're gonna sneak in an off-speed kill, it needs to be in system when everyone's on their heels. They're expecting you to take a big rip. You know, we would tell players in our gym, Kyle, that if you're gonna go off-speed, out of system, it better score or you better go at the setter.
You can do it, you just have parameters.
Exactly. Anything else is probably not smart.
Schaffmaster looking to cut that one across the court, sends it a little bit long. Here's her 3rd attack error.
Now both Schaffmaster and Hampton have had success going sharp cross, one of the few times they've missed tonight.
Right back to Mabry. This time she keeps it in bounds and picks up the kill.
Yeah, the middle for Cal Thompson. She's disappointed herself. She wasn't sure whether she was going to jump and recognize it was a back row setter, but still kind of toe jumped. That made her extremely late getting out to block Schaffmaster. Anytime you've got number 9 one-on-one, it usually doesn't end well for the opponent.
Barrett had a long run at the service line in the 2nd set that helped to get some separation. Sends that one long, though. Cal sticking around here in the 3rd set despite a slow start.
Number 3, Maggie Lee to serve.
Now they've converted just enough opportunities to stay within striking distance here.
To the libero, May. Schaffmaster.
2 really impressive things happened in that short rally. One, the pass from May. She was retreating into the back third of the court, and then the shot from Schaffmaster. Everything is facing down the line, which means the blockers are blocking line, and that leaves that shot chop right open.
10 kills, a big serve, and Cal really doing a good job of handling the serve here as this set goes on. One and done for both Barrett and Schaffmaster.
Yeah, they've raised their level in the passing game. Part of that goes back to the point you made earlier, Kyle, that just like blockers getting in a rhythm against hitters, passers should get in a rhythm against servers the more they see those serves come at them.
Thorpe got the first serve, second is for Hampton. Opportunity for the Bears. And the swing is going to be long, not touched. Point Carolina.
Yeah, just wide, but much better transition that time as we saw Merton get behind the ball. She's able to keep the ball in front of her shoulder, take an aggressive swing.
May with the floater, it's going to go wide. 10 service errors against Carolina now.
And I think 4 in this set, so that's something I'm sure Mike Shaw will talk about in the next opportunity and in timeout.
Stay in system. Hampton gets a good swing, but Lee is there on the back line. Barrett, back line swing for Schaffmaster.
And the first time we've seen a pipe or big set from either team tonight. We see the triple block from Cal, but just mistiming that press, and that's all Schaffmaster needs to score on.
381 hitting percentage for Mabry. Lead back to 5 for Carolina. There's an overpass. It's going to stay on the Cal side. And a big swing from Lee from the back line. Taylor heads up play. Johnson got a piece for Cal. Good effort from both teams. It'll be Sophie Hampton getting the kill.
Yeah, and Maggie Lee is upset with herself in middle back defense in the 6 zone. She got caught flat-footed. This was a pretty good touch off the block, and you just see her take a hop and then, oh, the split move. She knows if she can keep her feet there, she has a chance to maybe make a play, but great swing from Hampton.
He's told us we're looking to build for the future, looking to change the culture of the program, which is something you hear all new coaches talk about, but she talked about grit a lot. Cal has shown a lot of grit here tonight. See if they have an answer with a 6-point deficit. Hampton into the blockers and into the net. 4th Cal block of the evening.
All smiles from 22. You know, sometimes the eyes get really big, right? You just see that ball right in your zone and you just want to crush it.
Just the second attack error against Hampton. There's an overpass and into the net.
Back row block.
Violation against Carolina.
Yeah. Service pressure from Cal right now on the Tar Heels, and giving them a taste of their own medicine.
Just like the earlier timeout, Cal going on a little bit of a run out of it. Make it almost 3 in a row. Foster leaning over the score table there to get to it. Lee makes it 3 in a row though.
Yeah, and I love the route there by Hayden, kind of holding the middle for Carolina, allowing just a little bit of seam there for Lee, and she took advantage.
So Foster had 2 blockers there. Wasn't much they could do, and all of a sudden, the block coming to life for the Cal Golden Bears.
Yeah, and a little bit of a tight set there. Yep, a little bit of a tight set there, and that just, at this point in the season, if you get a win against a top 10 team, that can catapult you quite a bit. So, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if they could get an upset tonight. Do they catapult themselves into the high 30s, you know, 40? I don't think that's out of reach for them.
4-0 run for Cal, forced Carolina into the timeout. Set 3 here in Chapel Hill after the Golden Bears took the first set. Tar Heels answered with a win. Good scramble from Cal to get that over. Foster with a big swing.
Opportunity for Cal.
Go to Lee. Been a workhorse tonight. Schaffmaster into the bench. Huge rally point down the middle. Hayden.
Wow.
Foster again. Wow. Carolina will get the point.
The best point of the match comes at a crucial moment in the match as we see both teams playing great defense, great hustle. They won't be denied keeping the ball alive. Both teams having free ball opportunities. And boy, for Foster to finish it, the high drive shot, great execution.
That was a huge momentum point. If Cal gets it, it was a 1-point set at that point right there, but a good answer for them, which I think they've had this entire set, is not allowing Carolina to keep that momentum for very long.
Yeah, and a great stepping stone in terms of building culture, looking for the future. The way that Cal has played this set after losing set 2 is a really key moment that I think Coach Malcolm can point back to.
Huge swing from Mabry Schaffmaster. 12 kills tonight.
Now we talk about coming up big in big moments. We've called her name quite a bit when those things occur. But what makes her so effective is she doesn't always hit where her hips and her angle of approach take her. So if you're a blocker, you just never know where the ball's going to go.
Long serve. It's Meyerhofer off the bench.
Is that 5 service errors in this set for Carolina, somewhere in there?
Three aces with 5 service errors. They've got a total of 11 now in the match.
That's an area that's definitely allowed Cal to stay in the set, and Cal has played better. We'll see who allowed targets here in serve receive.
Change for Carolina, Lauren Shutter, the redshirt sophomore from transfer from Michigan State, in there for the first time. Set her as a deep, and Foster will get a kill off of it.
Yeah, we've seen enough of this all season, and I think teams should be aware by now with scouting reports and film. The right sides for Carolina can absolutely crush the line, and I'm not sure, even with my libero back there, I wouldn't force them more back to cross court. Very difficult to defend. Great shot by Foster.
Got a piece of it. Hampton kept it alive. Free ball for Cal, though. Back to Lee. Great touch from Lee. Just tumbled that one over the blockers.
Boy, she has mastered that half speed, 3/4 speed roll. Look at the disguise, the shoulder load, and then no, I'm going to decelerate into the ball. Very difficult to read, and we've seen that score, what, 3-4 times?
18 kills for her, hitting .516 in the match.
Wow. Great serve.
Thorpe with a clean swing. Got to credit May for going down and getting underneath that serve.
Yeah, way to clean it up, that swing from Thorpe. Now, if I'm Cal at this point, I've seen enough volume. If the outside hitters on the left side for Carolina are taking swings, I'm going to have my left front play a little bit wider to the sideline, because that's where they're attacking the ball and having success.
Cal switching it up, trying to go down the middle, and they're going to end up getting a point. Ping-ponged around on the Carolina side before falling in.
Yeah, Thompson's all smiles, and I think she got a little lucky there. That ball fell, probably shouldn't have, but we'll take the kill nonetheless, and Cal's within 2.
Cal controlled the first set and won it. Carolina controlled the second set and won it. It's the first one that we've had that's been close down the stretch. Hampton hammers that home.
Yeah, and she's so fast off the floor. If you can get a good read on her blocking-wise, she can still hit over you. Look at him accelerating over the block. And that's hard for the backcourt defenders because they can't see her to the last second.
Back to Hampton, same thing this time. Now able to get a dig.
Great coverage by the Bears.
One pin to the other. May keeps it alive for Carolina. Hampton blocked. May was there again, though. Another big rally point. Third time for Hampton. Blockers are keyed in on her. Thorpe tries to put it away. Lee keeps it alive now. Both sides have got to be exhausted.
Wow. What a rally.
Barrett, Hampton. DeJardin from the back line. Thorpe this time, finally.
Oh my. I think if I am Coach Malcolm, I'm taking a timeout, not just because of the score, but to give your team a breather. That was the longest rally possibly in the ACC this season.
It's the longest I've seen by far. And unfortunately, with the way this set started, she already burned both of those timeouts. Got to play it out.
You're right, you're right.
Go to Hayden down the middle, and she's going to be long on that swing.
And, you know, sometimes you wonder if there was any questionable thing during that rally you might challenge. I mean, you're trying to reach deep in your bag because, boy, it's a tough spot to lose that rally at this point in the set.
You lose that point, and all of a sudden it's set point for Carolina. The Jordan, though, will keep things going as she gets the kill, her 4th.
And regardless of how the outcome of set 3 falls for Cal, they have to feel good going into set 4 because we have battled. We're on the road. Nobody expected us to be this deep in the match, this competitive in the match, and we're right here in the fight.
Hampton looks to put it away. The blockers were there, though. Thorpe sends that one long. No touch. It'll be Cal. You look at the stats, and you wouldn't expect Cal to be as close as they are. Carolina, before that, was hitting 314, just 135, though, for the Golden Bears.
And I think the difference has been the service errors and a few other points that we've discussed. But, yeah, no matter how you're here, you're glad you are if you're Cal.
The block is the way Carolina will win this set. Their 5th of the match, and they take the lead 2-1 as we head to the 4th set here in Chapel Hill. He's been the 2nd biggest volume attacker for Cal, 28 swings, compared to Lee, who's got 31. Carolina starts down the middle, and there's Shutter, the sophomore, getting involved, getting a kill.
You mentioned the volume for Cal. That's a major question for this set and the rest of the match. Is there someone else for the Golden Bears that can step up offensively that's not Lee or Hayden?
Schaffmaster with a big serve. Johnson handled it well, and Cal will get the kill as Lee is up to 19 in the match.
Yeah, and what a heads-up play by Lee, going at the block, challenging their press, staying assertive here.
Tolo with the serve. Carolina right back to Shutter.
Well, talk about an X factor off the bench.
Was just sitting here. Well, why isn't she out there more? 2 swings, 2 kills. That seems like that's a good equation.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want if you're Coach Shaw. You want to have someone come in, provide a little spark, and she's done just that.
Slide for Thompson off the mark. Taylor on the other side hits that one into the net, though.
Boy, she knows she had an opportunity there. Catching Cal a little bit out of sorts. Not a great set of her connection on the slide, resulting in that free ball tip. I'm sure they'll go right back to Taylor on the next opportunity. There it is.
Right back to her, and she delivers.
And as a coach, I love that decision. If you're a setter and you know that you didn't have a great connection, or maybe the hitter just, overswung one time, let's go back to her, and get her to move past that and just get right back in a rhythm.
So many transfers on the team for Mike Shaw's squad. Taylor really the only freshman that sees regular playing time, and the numbers don't pop out at you, but you can see where there's that base, that athleticism that they're hoping they can develop and grow into a big-time middle.
Yeah, she has a great foundation, and someone has a skill set to be a top middle in this conference.
Foster with the swing near side. Blocker's able to keep it alive. That swing is going to be long from the lefty.
Yeah, and again we see a ball that a pin hitter for Cal gets underneath and doesn't keep the ball in front of her shoulder, resulting in an unforced hitting error. But the block touches for Cal have been so well executed for the last set and a half that allowed them to get that transition opportunity.
Thompson gets the kill down the middle. That's her 7th of the night. She continues to be a weapon when they go to her. No attack errors so far on 11 swings.
Good serve.
Schaffmaster gets the kill, though.
Yeah. I think Thompson just needs to understand that even when it's out of system and you don't get a full approach from an outside, you still have to stay low in your posture and expect something from Schaffmaster.
You can see that body language as soon as it came off the hand. She knew it.
She was disappointed herself. Just maybe took that one for granted.
Jordan with the swing to Jordan with the kill. She's got 5. This is big for Cal to be right here with UNC, but it hasn't had to be Lee this entire set to get them there.
Yeah, so far this set has been the most even through the first 10 points.
Johnson with the serve. Back set for Foster. From the first set, she came out and you could tell she was going to have a good night. 9 kills now, hitting over 400.
And Carolina moves their hitters around a little bit, so Monty Foster will take swings from the left, from the right. Same thing with Schaffmaster, same thing with Thorpe. So it's a little bit difficult to chart, but most of the time when Carolina has gotten a good swing from the right side, they have scored. I think Cal needs to make an adjustment with their right side defense.
Opportunity for an easy kill. Hayden couldn't take advantage of it though, hits it into the net.
Yeah, that's a negative momentum play there. Definitely one she wants back.
Barrett, the server for the Tar Heels. Lee from the back line. That one is going to be long. A very rare attack error from Maggie Lee.
Well, immediately talking to her setter, hey, my bad, great set. Cal's getting the looks that they want. The last 2 swings, they've been one-on-one, just haven't been able to execute.
Into the net. The service error, the first of this set, but the 13th overall of the match against Carolina.
How many times in the last set and a third have we seen Carolina start to really get some momentum and then they let Cal off the hook with a service error?
Yeah, had a 3-0 run there that gives them back the serve. Schaffmaster says, don't worry about it, just give me a set. Number 14 on the kill column.
And that's the 3rd or 4th kill that she scored. Kind of not a great approach, a little bit off balance, almost hitting on the way down. And I don't think Cal's used to seeing hitters hit with pace from that body posture.
Set for Hayden, that one clipped the tape. May able to keep it alive though. Somehow Hampton's going to get a swing out of this, but she'll send it long. And a point on the attack error goes to Cal.
Yeah, Sophie knows she missed one there. The right idea, going for that deep 6 zone, because that zone is open against the out-of-system defense of Cal. They leave that middle back position susceptible, just hit a little bit long.
Down the middle, Shutter. Just a little bit wide. Got a good clean look at it, couldn't get it inbounds though.
Now, both teams kind of giving up points here with unforced hitting errors from the opponent. Whichever team can start to play clean for 3 to 5 points will probably get a lead.
There's an ace for Cal. They haven't had many. That's actually just their 2nd.
And a great time for an aggressive serve to the alley. We see Bartolo challenging Schaffmaster. You know, we see Shutter kind of duck, and if you're in the middle, you want to hustle to the middle of the court in that situation to give the passer a clear view of the serve.
Here's side swing for Sophie Hampton.
A great swing by Sophie. How many times tonight, Kyle, have the outside hitters for Carolina kind of come to the rescue? You know, when Cal looks like they might get a little momentum, they come up with an important kill.
Taylor has got 5 kills as a middle. Engelbrecht, who typically is involved with Carolina's offense, just 1 tonight. So it has been all the pin hitters.
Yep.
There's another one. Hampton up to 11 in the match now.
Yeah, May trying to serve at Lee there on the last point. Couldn't quite get the ball over to her.
There's Lee. Was it touched at the net? She thinks so. And it was indeed. Point for Cal, and that gives Lee 20 in the match. This is her 6th match this season with 20 or more kills, and back-to-back because she had 24 against Virginia last time out.
Boy, and if you're a Cal Golden Bear fan, you're going to love this. She's only a sophomore. Somebody we're going to see in the Golden Bears uniform for a long time to come yet.
Well, Jen Malcolm talks about wanting to turn things around at Cal. The culture is not a winning culture. It's been a while since that's been the case. You want to flip that, you want to become a winning culture, you can build around a player like that.
That's exactly right. You need to have talented players that have consistent performances that you can build from, and then you can start to shift the mindset, because those kinds of players allow you to stay in matches like this.
Right back to Hampton. Block was a little late getting over, and she's able to split it for the kill.
Carolina substitutes entering the match, number 8, Emily Foster, and number 23, Taylor Iser, and she will serve.
Here's Iser to serve. 18 assists and a dig for her as Carolina gets a point.
Yeah.
Every time Cal creeps within distance and ties this up, Carolina pulls right back out by a couple.
And in this set, it's been usually an unforced error from Cal. The focus for the Bears needs to be play clean in these moments. See if you can extend it into the 20s. Wow.
Foster with a swing. Great dig, though, from Bartolo. And that one, it's going to be long. Cal wanted the call, hoping it dropped into the corner.
Yeah. I wonder at this moment, as you see a big exhale from Lee, if we're starting to see a little fatigue now, because she has almost 40 attempts. We're not quite through 4 sets. She has been asked to do a lot. She's delivered, but I wonder if fatigue's starting to show itself here.
I was going to ask that exact question when I saw that breath come out of her. Is it just a volume thing? You're starting to get tired from it all.
Yep.
Carolina.
And not, fearing the long rally, not getting impatient.
Cal came into Carmichael, won the first set 25-22, but the Tar Heels made some adjustments, took the next one 25-18, 25-21, and after that service error, find themselves now up by 3 here in this 4th set.
Not just a few service errors at opportune times have allowed Cal to stay within striking distance.
Just 3 errors for Cal at the service line, but only 2 aces. Overpass and a heads-up play. The Jordan gets the kill at the net.
Yeah, the overset there, feeding to the hands of Cal. And one thing that was impressive at the end of set 3 and here at the beginning of set 4 was the block of Cal. They don't have a lot of stuff blocks, but they've been denying a lot of balls and getting positive touches. If they can continue to do that, it's going to allow them to stay in striking distance.
One thing I have noticed, and this is in all 4 sets, is out of call timeouts for Cal, they have strung together multiple points every single time. They do it again here. See if they can keep that run alive. They will.
Boy, a broken play from Cal. You don't get a good transition and an approach to the ball, but a very smart tip by Merton, kind of going to that middle of the defense, making right front and left back fight for it.
Just her 2nd kill, but a timely one. 3-0 Cal run, looking to tie it up. Foster not going to allow it. Carolina now has 3 different players with double-digit kills.
And we've seen this movie before when Cal starts to get a run on their own and kind of sneak right back within to tie it up. It's a big kill from a left side in Carolina.
In this set, there's been 7 ties, which is the most of any set. 0 lead changes, though. It's easy. So, like Jen Malcolm on the other side, trying to build this program in his vision. You get into the NCAA tournament, that helps you on the recruiting and the transfer portal, because now you're a destination that players want for the postseason. And he said, look, it's not just getting in. We're North Carolina. The standard is national championships, and that's where they want to be. They come off of that road trip seeing what that level is, not having much success there, but they saw where they need to get to.
They did, and when you see it up close, you're playing conference opponents that are in that national championship discussion. You're talking about teams, particularly in Pitt and Louisville, that have been to Final Fours, that have been knocking on that door. And so you can see in real time what that gap looks like. And I love what he said about the main difference where we are now, where we want to be, is playing at a higher level longer through matches. And that's something that they have the talent to do, and they're starting to take shape with the mindset to do it as well.
Schaffmaster gets her 15th kill, pushes that lead back to 4 as the Tar Heels can feel this match within their grasp.
Yeah, not a great rotation for Cal, having Schaffmaster up for 2 more rotations and Foster.
pass off the Meyerhofer serve. Cal fortunate that didn't turn into an ace. Wow. She had her back to the net and hit a line drive for a kill.
So impressive. I mean, you almost talk about trick shots at this point. Look at the high step close. Boy, if you're a defender for Cal or anybody playing North Carolina, if you look at their games, I think the way that Maggie Lee plays kind of mirrors Schaffmaster to a degree. You know, she can hit a variety of shots as well. I love her off-speed game, the way she disguises it. She's a good 6-row player. So I think she's someone in a couple years that might be in that same, you know, talking point as a Schaffmaster for her team.
Cal tries to run the slide out of the timeout. Carolina ready for it, though. Their 6th block of the evening. And why not? We were talking about her, giving her all the praise. Schaffmaster involved with the first block.
Of course.
Meyerhofer to serve again for Carolina. Another good one. Serve a little behind to Jordan. Good adjustment in air, though, in order to get that kill.
Yeah, again, hitting on the way down a little bit. The blockers for Carolina just need to hold their press for a half-second longer. They probably block that ball, but for both teams right now, Kyle, for Coach Malcolm, for Cal, you've got to be impressed with the fight that you've showed tonight, that you were in this fight deep into the match. That's a building block that you can discuss with your team. And for Coach Shaw, it's about putting it away. Let's play clean these next few points. We had a little bit of a challenge here for Cal that maybe we didn't expect as much, but to battle back and play as well we have with that offensive balance, huge.
Back-to-back points for Cal as Johnson gets another tough serve. Schaffmaster just too strong, though. Through 2 blockers for the kill.
That was so good. Just, have we seen every shot in the book from number 9 tonight?
If not, we still got a couple of points left. Just wait.
I don't think I've seen the left-handed throw to the opposite corner. That's probably the only one.
We're going a little Pat Mahomes here.
Yeah. Behind the back.
Barron keeps that one alive. Schaffmaster again off the blockers.
Why not? And the difficult thing, if you're Cal or really any opponent, is you know she's good, and you see the block right there for Cal keying on her. Look at the delay in the press, and it still doesn't matter.
Short serve into the net. We'll give it back to Cal. 18 kills for Schaffmaster. 483 hitting percentage.
That's when you know that you are an elite player, when other teams, your opponents, know that you're a key player and they still can't stop you.
Thorpe into the blockers.
Got a great connection on that slide.
Carolina will go back to Schaffmaster. Lee, the only blocker there. No chance. Match point, Carolina.
I think Mabry deserves.
Finish it with an ace here?
What's that?
Gonna finish it with an ace?
It would not surprise me.
Match point, Schaffmaster sends it wide. She was trying. She was looking for that pinpoint down the sideline.
Or an out-of-system kill from the back row, maybe? She scored, what, 4 or 5 of the last Tar Heel points?
Go to Hampton near side. Hampton puts it away. Credit Cal, they came in here and punched Carolina in the mouth. They took that first set, but Carolina has to take care of business to get to the NCAA tournament, and they did exactly that.
Yeah, both teams played well at spots, and we saw a stretch